Ever thought about zipping around on an electric bike? They're getting pretty cool these days. A company called Lightspeed just came out with a new model that's turning heads. This bike isn't just for show, it's got some real power under the hood. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4 seconds, which is pretty fast. And get this, you can ride it for about 200 miles before you need to plug it in again. Lightspeed worked with Sarah Chen, a famous engineer, to design this bike. They're only making 500 of them, so they're kind of special. Each one has a little plate with a number on it, like 1 out of 500. Now these aren't cheap, they cost around $50,000, but for bike lovers with deep pockets, it might be worth it. Fun fact, electric bikes are super quiet, so you can enjoy the sounds of nature while you ride. Ever get annoyed when your hot drink gets cold too fast? There's a cool new mug called EMBER that fixes this problem. It's like a fancy thermos that keeps your drink warm. You can control EMBER with your phone. The app shows you how hot your drink is. The mug's battery lasts about an hour and a half before it needs charging. Don't worry about getting it wet. You can wash EMBER just like a regular mug. When you're done, just put it on its special charging pad to power it up again. EMBER is great for people who like their drinks warm, but not too hot. It'll even send a message to your phone when your drink is just right. Imagine a backpack that's like a mini office on the go. That's what the new Orbital Backpack is all about. It's not just for carrying stuff, it's designed to make working anywhere a breeze. This backpack has a built-in laptop stand. You can pull it out and set up your computer at the perfect height, whether you're in a cafe or on a park bench. There's also a special pocket that unfolds into a mini desk, giving you a flat surface to write on. But wait, there's more. The Orbital Backpack has a bunch of hidden pockets for all your gadgets. There's even a secret spot for your wallet that sits against your back, making it super hard for pickpockets to get at. The straps have little pouches built into them, perfect for your phone or transit card. And get this, there's a built-in power bank and cable system, so you can charge your devices without taking them out of the bag. Using a backpack with good organization can save you up to 15 minutes a day in searching for items. Golf just got a high-tech upgrade with the X9 Follow, a smart golf cart that's turning heads on courses everywhere. This isn't your grandpa's golf trolley, it's like having a robot caddy at your service. The X9 Follow is all about making your golf game easier and more fun. No more pushing or pulling a heavy cart around. This smart cart does the work for you. Here's how it works. You get a small remote control that fits in your pocket. Turn on Follow Me mode, and the X9 Follow will trail behind you like a loyal pet. It uses fancy tech to know where you are and keep up with your pace. But that's not all. The X9 Follow is smart enough to handle bumpy ground and even go up and down hills. You can also switch it to manual mode if you want to push it yourself. The cart has plenty of space for your clubs, and there's even a cooler for your drinks and snacks. It's like having a mini fridge on wheels. Using a smart cart like the X9 Follow can actually improve your game. When you're not tired from carrying clubs, you might play better. Some golfers see their scores improve by 2 to 3 strokes when using a cart. Have you heard about the Muama Anint? It's a cool new gadget that helps people who speak different languages talk to each other easily. Here's how it works. You hold it near your mouth and say something. In just a blink, it says what you said in another language. It's so fast that 2 people can have a real conversation even if they don't speak the same language. The Muama Anint is made by a company in Lithuania called ENENCE. It's really good at understanding what you say even if you have an accent. Plus, you don't need to charge it very often. It can work for 4 whole days on one charge. If you want one, it costs about $100. That's not too bad for something that can help you talk to people from all over the world. Japan's space agency and Toyota are working together on a cool project called the Lunar Cruiser. They started in 2019 and are making a vehicle for the moon. Building a moon car isn't easy. The moon is very different from Earth. It gets super cold at night, about minus 150 degrees Fahrenheit, has less gravity, no air, and lots of radiation. But the Japanese team isn't giving up. They've already made a small 2-seat test version. But that's just the start. They want to make a bigger one that's like a house on wheels. This could be really useful for Japan's big plan to make fuel on the moon by 2035. It's exciting to think about people driving around on the moon, isn't it? Moon vehicles need special tires that can handle the rough, dusty surface and extreme temperatures without air inside them. Here's a cool new tool for construction workers called the Equipter RB2000. It's like a smart dumpster on wheels that can go almost anywhere. You know how building sites make a lot of trash? Sometimes it's hard to get big trucks in to take it away. That's where this little helper comes in handy. The RB2000 can drive into tight spots where regular trucks can't go, but here's the really neat part. Its container can lift up high. This means workers can easily toss trash into it from roofs or upper floors. It can hold about as much as 9 big bathtubs full of stuff, or up to 1,500 pounds of weight. That's a lot of building mess. This smart bin makes cleaning up construction sites much faster and easier. Using tools like the RB2000 can cut cleanup time on construction sites by up to 40%, helping projects finish quicker. Ever heard of a tiny camper you can pull with your bike? There's a cool one made in Denmark called the Widepath Camper. It's like a mini house on wheels. Usually, when you think of campers, you picture big RVs for whole families. Those are great, but they're expensive, and not everyone can buy one. The Widepath Camper is different. It's small and can fold up, making it easy to store and move around. They make 3 types, and one is so light you can attach it to a bicycle. Inside, there's room for 2 people to sleep and 4 people can sit at a table. It keeps you dry when it rains and has space to keep your stuff safe. It's a fun way to go camping without needing a big car or lots of money. Small campers like this can use up to 75% less fuel than traditional RVs, making them more eco-friendly for outdoor adventures. Have you ever wondered how they make those fancy foam shapes for packaging or furniture? Well, there's some pretty cool tech involved. These days, they use something called NC machines. NC stands for numerically controlled. Basically, it means computers run the machines instead of people. These machines are used for all sorts of things, making furniture, working with metal and wood, and even cutting foam rubber. Using these computer-controlled machines is great because they're faster and more precise than humans. They can work non-stop and make the exact same thing over and over without getting tired. In this case, we're talking about a special machine made by Datron Dynamics. It's designed to cut foam, which is usually super tricky. Foam is soft and bendy, so it's hard to cut with normal tools. Regular cutters often just end up wrapping the foam around themselves instead of cutting it. But this machine has a special cutting tool that works great on foam. It can make all sorts of cool shapes and designs. The machine even switches tools on its own to do different jobs. NC machines can be up to 70% more efficient than manual methods, saving time and materials in manufacturing processes. You know how trains are pretty safe to ride, right? But sometimes the platforms where you wait can be dangerous, especially when they're crowded. People might accidentally fall onto the tracks, which is super scary. In Osaka, Japan, they came up with a clever solution at the Ibaraki train station. They installed a special fence to keep people safe. But it's not just any fence. It's really smart. This fence is made of soft fabric, kind of like a curtain. When there's no train at the platform, the fence stands up tall to block the tracks. But here's the cool part. When a train arrives, the fence lifts up and folds above people's heads. It's high enough that even tall folks don't bump into it. The fence is long, covering the whole platform. They chose fabric instead of a hard fence because it's easier to move and doesn't take up much space when it's not in use. This type of safety system can reduce accidents on train platforms by up to 95%. It's a simple idea that makes a big difference in keeping people safe.